Hello common people, this is Akumanka Reviews and I am your lovely host Pepsi. As I said, I am going to return to one of the old classic I watched in 2006, but this one should have stayed with there if I'm honest. Taxidermia is a 2006 surrealist comedy drama horror film directed and co-written by this guy, I won't even try to pronounce his name. This was an international co-product of Hungary, Austria and France. It tells a story about three generations of men. Each other a bit more deranged than the other. I will tell the story in this review, so if you insist that you want to watch this, don't, but if you do, go do it now, because I'll wait you right here. In the first story we follow a man with many weird tastes, a dude named Morozkovny Wendel, and his lieutenant Örek Pelatoni Kalman. Kalman gives a lot of shit to Morozkovny, who then performs different duties around the military outpost. But this guy does a lot more. He plays with fire, shoots it out of his weenie. He peeps at the woman bathing, he diddles the hole in the wall, and he diddles the pig's corpse. All his crimes against nature leads Kalman to shoot him in the head. And quick after that, Kalman's wife gives birth to a bouncing baby boy that has a pig's tail that Kalman cuts off. This peculiar story was just so damn nasty that I rather not talk about it in any broader terms. Morozkovny diddles everything he can, and his fantasies outside of his duties are almost illegal to spell out. There was nothing in his head but Percy, and a bullet, in the end. We then follow this baby with pig's tail in the eating competition. Eating is becoming huge in Hungary and Soviet Union, and the competition is fierce. Pelatoni Kalman, a son of Kalman, is one of the best. In here we eat and puke, and that's about it. Pelatoni marries Asel Zizi, who then cheats on him in their wedding, but they eventually get together in the end and have a child. This story was not as nasty as the last one, and watching people eat slop and just projectile vomit 5 minutes until going for round 2 felt like a relief. Weird love story, but perhaps some of the more humane than the rest. Weird Soviet setting and weird eating competitions were rather off-putting to look at, but movie really did a good job showing the first story that made this look like a normal one. These two basically professional athletes go and do their thing and live happily ever after. Or do they? After some time we are looking at Pelatoni's and Gizi's son, Ladyoshka, who works as a taxidermist. Unlike his parents, he is skinny, pale and frail looking walking corpse that has sunken eyes and hollow looking cheeks. He feeds his father, who is now an American level fat, unable to move from his chair. He feeds a bunch of huge cats margarine because he wants to show them to the world and make some name to himself, or more name to himself. Of course he is disappointed in his son who did not go after being competitive eating champion like he did. Even his 5 left him. In the end, after a fight between father and son, Ladyoshka leaves a door open where these overfed cats escape, and they eat Pelatoni alive, munching his guts. Ladyoshka then stuffs his dad and in the end performs same to himself with a weird construction. Defies some natural laws by removing his organs while still breathing and being alive, before making himself a headless human statue. This whole movie, well, it really does not have a compelling story. More likely a really surreal events going from generation to generation. From Lieutenant Kalman to eating champion Pelatoni to his taxidermy son Ladyoshka. Tales these people have certain layers. First stories from the World War II where people had it hard. Then begins the better times. After World War II, people can now get fat and eat themselves to death. It is a time of overabundance and everything. Then we are at the generational shame, where one of the sons does not perform as they should. Pelatoni's father was a lieutenant in the war. He was a champion of eating and his son just stuffed animals. The shame and humiliation pile up and end up in events where this generation of men both meet their end. In a way it is like a poem, but maybe written with blood and lard. Do I recommend this movie? Nah. If you need something really absurd to watch, yeah, maybe take a look at this. But in almost any way possible, this is hard to follow and watch. It is one of those absurd movies you may watch sometimes just because you want to see something really weird, but does it give you something? Maybe not. This was my review about Taxidermia, brought to you by Akumanka Reviews and speaking to you, your lovely host Peps. And I'll see you in the next review. Goodbye.